I've got a confession to make. I'm not feeling it this week. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't feel like vlogging. I don't feel like talking to the camera. I don't feel up to it. Let me tell you why. Reason number one. Look at this weather. It's beautiful. I want to enjoy the weather. Not be talking to a camera. Reason number two. It has been the craziest week. Reason number 2A. Sunday after church, I left town with Mr. Koshi to start rebuilding his cabin that burned down last summer. We got home Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Reason number 2B. Wednesday was a crazy day. At 9 a.m., our house went on the market. By 11 a.m., we already had 3 walkthroughs scheduled. By 3 p.m., we had 2 offers on the house. It was a crazy day. And on top of all of that craziness, I had staff lunches and staff meetings all afternoon and youth group on Wednesday night. Reason number 2C. It's Thursday. Already. Mrs. Heiliger left today on the bell choir trip. It's been a crazy week, and vlogging is just not convenient right now. We bought a house on Friday, which is part of the reason this episode never came out. I got distracted. We bought a house! Okay, back to the episode. But here's the thing. It's not something I just can't do. I've been doing it for a few weeks now, and you guys expect it. So, I have to. I have to find a way to make this happen this week, amidst all of this craziness, which is kind of appropriate. Because this week we're talking about sharing Jesus. And you know what? Most of the time, sharing Jesus isn't convenient. It's not comfortable. It's not easy. It's not always something we want to do, but it's something we're called to do. So let's talk about that. Just a second. Jesus says in John 10, I am the good shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. And I lay my life down for the sheep. I have other sheep that are not of this fold. I must bring them also. And they will listen to my voice. So there will be one flock, one shepherd. For this reason the Father loves me, because I lay down my life that I may take it up again. Jesus is the good shepherd. There's one flock, one sheepfold. And he knows that all will be welcomed in to this new covenant, this new relationship with him. But he knows that there are others out there that haven't heard. So how will they hear his voice? Well, one of the ways they hear his voice is through us. They hear his voice through us, sharing that voice, sharing his word. And as we've talked about the last couple of weeks, when we go out to seek others for Christ, we first have to seek him. We have to look for him in our own lives. And then last week, we have to know him. We have to find out who he is and understand scripture. We've got to know Jesus. And then we get to share him. And like I said, that's not always easy. It's definitely not always convenient. But think about the life of a shepherd. As we think about the life of the shepherd and what it takes to share Jesus, we can look to David, a shepherd boy who took on a giant. But David said to Saul, "Your servant used to keep sheep for his father, and when there came a lion or a bear and took a lamb from the flock, I went after him and struck him and delivered it out of his mouth. And if he rose against me, I caught him by his beard and struck him and killed him. Your servant has struck down both lions and bears, and this Philistine shall be like one of them. For he has defied the armies of the living God." David knew that at all costs, it was worth saving his father's sheep. It was worth seeking after his father's sheep to save them from lions and bears. He knew that it was worth laying down his own life, and in the same way, Jesus does the same thing as the shepherd to his flock, his people. He lays down his life. He has faced the lion, the bear, the predator of sin, and defeated it for us, and delivered it from its mouth. So as his people, we get to go share that good news with others. And like David and like Christ, we need to have the attitude that it's going to be dangerous. It's going to be inconvenient. It's going to be risky. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be all of those things that we usually avoid. But more than that, it's going to be worth it. We're having a game night for high school youth group, and this just happened. Do it again. And then the double park in. Of course you know, this means war. How's the pizza? Delicious. Well, this is gonna be interesting.
Legs are so tired.
At this point, cows you are dead. Should yell like that.
Like 16.